Next up, we're going to create a function to insert bell ringer practices. But in this function, I'm going to show you that you don't have to specify every field through the function. So let's take a look first. Just if you're curious, you can clear your console with Control L, and then you can begin typing your next command. So in this case, db October count, just to remember where we were. We've inserted 4 records. 3 of them were weddings, and then the first one was that Dog Days of Kalamazoo. So in this video, we're going to create a new function. So what we'll do is function insert ringers. And so this will be a function for inserting bell ringing practices. But notice I don't really need to specify the type and the event each time, because it's always the same. The event is always bell ringers practice, the type is always music practice, and the sponsor is always Kalamazoo College. So the only things I'm going to actually insert each time will be contact, because that could change, and then date and time. And so those will be the 3 things that I insert each time that actually can change. And so then I'll open up the code for the function itself with a brace, and I'll say db.october.insert, just as before. And what I'll do now is I am going to put the event type in, so I'll say event, but here instead of taking one of the parameters from the function, I'm just going to say the event is bell ringers practice. So it's in quotes, so it just uses the actual value that I'm specifying. And then the same for type. I'll say music practice. And sponsor, Kalamazoo College. And now I'll make use of the parameters that are specified in the function. So contact, date, ISO date of the date given as the parameter, and time. So we can see here we don't always have to read all of the values in. We can actually have some defaults. And so we've created a new function for inserting bell ringer practices now. And so this lets me only have to specify 3 fields. So I'll do insert ringers, and sponsor, type, and event are already specified. So what I need is contact, which is Margaret Miller. The date, so 2014 10/5, and the time, and for the first practice that we're going to put in, the time, not in quotes, is 12:30. It seems to have worked. And then there's a second practice that is on 10/6/2014 at 7 p.m. So I'm actually just going to hit the up arrow to use the previous line, and then I'll just change 2014 10/5 to 6, and the time to 1900. And I should now have 6 events in my collection. So if I go back up to my count function, we see that we have 6 events, and I can actually do a find, and we can look at what those events are. So we've got the Dog Days of Kalamazoo, and then we've got the Little Oster wedding, the Henkel Williams wedding, the Justin Leclerc wedding, and then we've got our first bell ringer practice and our second bell ringer practice.